Hello everybody. Today we're at my all-time favorite boonie stopping grounds in Saipan, Naftan Peninsula. In Naftan, you literally leave the modern world behind and go back in time 65 years. This road was built by the Japanese military before World War II. They used this to fortify all of Naftan Peninsula. We are now half an hour or so into the hike, and I like to stop here. This is the, I call it the Spotter's Overlook. The Japanese built this. It's an overlook for their three huge cannons, about 100 yards behind me. But from this spot you can see all of southern Saipan. I see now that the jungle has kind of obscured the view, but there's a rock wall right here. Just on the other side of this rock wall, it drops off a couple hundred feet. This Spotter's Overlook used to have an iron roof on it. I found the iron roof down there at the bottom of the cliff. Obviously it was hit by an American bomb and just blew it right off the side. American Marines attacked the beach just past where you can see here. They cut across the island. Right over there is the airport. On the second or third day they were able to take the airport, and then they continued across Saipan to cut Saipan in two. Just cut it right in half, and then they concentrated their efforts on Naftan Peninsula. The Americans made one major miscalculation in the Battle of Naftan Peninsula. Their estimates were that there were 200 Japanese dug in Naftan. But once the military cut the island in half, all the remaining Japanese on the south side of Saipan retreated to Naftan. And so literally Naftan had 1,000, maybe 2,000, maybe 3, we don't know, Japanese soldiers dug in. They dug into every cave they could find. There's literally thousands of these caves in Naftan. Every one of them has been fortified and defended by the Japanese soldiers. These are 50-gallon drums, probably used to store water. You can see they built rock walls in front of these caves. Just about all the caves now have been destroyed during the battle. The rock wall has collapsed inside. This is a very large water tank the Japanese built. It's just water storage. I found a very deep hole back there. It's a natural cave, but heading straight down, narrow, kind of hard to navigate down into, but I'm sure it's full of water. That's how they filled this water tank. This water tank has 2 storage compartments in it. You can see right here, this is a blast hole, probably from an American tank, just making sure there's nobody hiding inside. But there's a wall right there, and on the other side of the wall is another storage tank, and again with another great big hole in the side. The reason why we came to Naftan today is to further explore the top of Mount Naftan. With my favorite exploring buddy right there. His name is Stewie. He likes to be called Stewie the Explorer. Well, we've been to the top of Mount Naftan several times before, and we got lost every single time. Right, Stu? This time, I think we're gonna make it. It's not a good trek unless you get lost at least once, right? I think if my exploring buddy Stewie knew today I was planning on going to the top of Mount Naftan, he probably would have stayed home. Last time we were up here, we got so lost, and it was another month before he decided to come back with me into the jungle. Hopefully he has forgotten about that now. Did you forget that, Stu? Here we are, hanging on to the side of Mount Naftan. We're on the cliffs going up the south side of the mountain. You can see down there we're about maybe 600 feet above the base. My buddy looks like he's trying to turn around and go back. He still remembers getting lost up here so many times. But we're not going to turn around yet. I'm not lost yet. Here we are in what I like to call the 5 foot a minute jungle in Naftan, where it literally takes you 1 minute to go 5 feet. And it doesn't look like it's going to get any easier up there. I've often thought, if somebody dies in the jungle of Naftan, it's going to take another year before they hit the ground. It's so thick through here. A year and a half ago, I cut a trail up here and my son marked it with these red ribbons. Not much of the trail is left now, and that's the last red ribbon. Every time we go past, my dog and I, every time we go past that last ribbon, we get lost. So let's try it again. In Naftan, you really have to watch where you step. If you don't step on a bomb, you'll probably step into one of these. These crevices are everywhere in Naftan. Quite interesting hiking. Find lots of World War II relics in these things. Right now, I don't plan on going down in there. I'm going to bypass it. I found a way to get over this crevasse. Watch your steps, Stu. Lots of holes. He's going to look for another way. I don't blame him. He's really a good trail dog. He's always trailing behind me. My goal today was to head north from this Mount Naftan. Keep heading north as far as I can, but ran into a little snag. This way is north. I don't really want to step down there too much because I could see it was another crevasse that has caved in. This place was heavily bombed during the battle. But I think I can make it up there. I don't think Stewie can though. It's kind of hard to make plans in the jungle. The plan ran into another snag here. Looks like we're on the side of a cliff. Little valley down there. I think I recognize that place. That's where the old Japanese road is, right along that ridge line. There's another mountain cliff over there. I've explored that already. Looks like maybe I can get that direction, explore this Mount Naftan a little bit further. Well, this is always fun. There's a big cliff that direction, can't go that way. There's a cliff over here on my left, can't get down that way. Over here on the right is a deep crevasse. We couldn't go that way. Up ahead looks like very thick jungle. Can't go that way either. Which makes you ask, how did I get here? He's not much help. But while we stop and think about it, we decided to have lunch. Alright. Sandwich, that one's for me. This looks like Stewie's lunch. Does it look good, Stu? Yeah, lots of rice. There you go. It's all yours. Dig in. Well, it's now 30 seconds later. My buddy Stewie, he's finished his lunch and he's has his eye on my lunch right now. I've only taken a couple of bites, but he's all done.